Open! Yay! And also, we're not late. Pay attention to this. Every single thing you're going to consume in here was grown or reared by British farmers.
Have you ever looked at your shopping bill and wondered why prices keep climbing? Jeremy Clarkson has, and he's traced it back to a surprising source. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. If you've ever bought British produce or worried about the future of our food supply, this video is for you. Clarkson's latest clash with Keir Starmer isn't just about politics, it's about what's on your plate. Picture this: Jeremy Clarkson standing proudly at the entrance of his new pub, The Farmer's Dog, as cheers erupt from the gathered crowd. It's more than just another watering hole in the picturesque Cotswolds. This pub represents a bold statement about British agriculture and rural life. Clarkson's venture into the pub business isn't simply about pulling pints. The Farmer's Dog is a celebration of British farming, with every item on the menu sourced directly from local producers. It's a clever way for Clarkson to put his money where his mouth is, supporting the very farmers he's been advocating for. But here's where things get interesting.
Here we all are. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Apart from the quinine in the tonic, otherwise everything else is British. Help yourselves, grab yourself a pint, grab yourself some great food, enjoy yourselves, it's a nice day, and there's no traffic chaos.
In a move that's got everyone talking, Clarkson's made a surprising announcement. Keir Starmer is banned from the premises. Yes, you heard that right. The Prime Minister isn't welcome in the Farmer's Dog. It's a gutsy move, even for someone known for his outspoken nature. Why such a drastic step? Clarkson's not mincing words. He's frustrated with Starmer's policies, which he believes are hurting British farmers. This ban isn't just about personal dislike. It's Clarkson's way of drawing attention to the struggles of rural communities. The locals are loving it. One resident enthusiastically declared, "Full credit to him for supporting local farmers and businesses." For many in the area, the Farmer's Dog isn't just another pub. It's a symbol of rural pride and resilience. But Clarkson's message goes beyond just supporting local businesses. He's using the Farmer's Dog as a platform to highlight the growing disconnect between urban policymakers and rural realities. It's a clever move. By banning Starmer, he's forcing a conversation about the challenges facing British agriculture. The Farmer's Dog is more than just Clarkson's latest business venture. It's a rallying point for rural communities who feel ignored by Westminster. It's a place where every pint poured and every meal served is a reminder of the importance of British farming. As we dig deeper into this story, we'll explore the widening rift between rural Britain and urban policymakers. What's causing this divide? And more importantly, what are the consequences for British farmers and consumers alike? Clarkson's pub might just be the tip of the iceberg in a much larger struggle for the future of British agriculture. Family farms, once the backbone of British agriculture, are facing an existential crisis. As inheritance tax hikes loom and economic pressures mount, a question hangs heavy over the countryside. Are we witnessing the last generation of British family farmers? The contrast couldn't be starker. While policymakers in London debate agricultural strategies over coffee and pastries, farmers across Britain are struggling to keep their operations afloat. Rising production costs, stagnant wages, and increasing food prices have created a perfect storm for those tilling the soil and tending the livestock. Keir Starmer's recent policy decisions have only added fuel to the fire. The proposed hike in inheritance tax has sent shockwaves through rural communities. For many family-run farms, this change could be the final nail in the coffin, making it nearly impossible to pass their legacy on to the next generation. It's a bitter pill to swallow for those who've poured their lives into the land. Jeremy Clarkson, now a farmer himself, has experienced these challenges firsthand. His journey from TV personality to agriculture advocate has given him unique insights into the complexities of farming. Clarkson argues that urban policymakers are woefully disconnected from rural realities. They seem oblivious to the daily struggles of farmers who rise before dawn and work well past dusk just to make ends meet. The consequences of ignoring these rural concerns could be catastrophic. Experts warn that Starmer's agricultural policies might lead to a significant decline in family-run farms. This isn't just about nostalgia for a rural idyll, it's about the very future of Britain's food supply and economy. Clarkson recently highlighted a stark reality that perfectly illustrates the economic pressures on British farmers. A sausage made from locally sourced pig meat costs 74p, while the same sausage made from imported meat costs just 18p. This price difference exposes the harsh truth. British farmers are being undercut at every turn. Many farmers are at their breaking point. Some are considering leaving the industry altogether, unable to justify continuing their operations in such a hostile economic environment. The potential collapse of the agricultural sector isn't just a rural problem, it's a national crisis waiting to happen. Clarkson's message is clear. Without significant changes to government policies, we might be looking at a future where British supermarket shelves are stocked exclusively with imported food. It's a dystopian scenario that once seemed far-fetched, but is now alarmingly plausible. As the rift between rural Britain and urban policymakers widens, the question remains, will Starmer and his government wake up to the realities of British farming before it's too late? The future of our food, our rural communities, and a significant part of our national identity hangs in the balance. The growing divide between rural and urban Britain isn't just a matter of geography, it's threatening the very future of British agriculture. Jeremy Clarkson has emerged as an unlikely but powerful voice for farmers, using his celebrity status to shine a spotlight on their struggles. His pub, The Farmer's Dog, stands as a symbol of resistance against policies that seem disconnected from rural realities. But this isn't just about Clarkson or politics. It's about the food on our plates and the future of our countryside. As consumers, we have the power to make a difference. Every time we choose locally sourced produce, we're supporting British farmers and pushing back against the tide of cheap imports that's threatening to overwhelm them. Clarkson's challenge to Starmer is clear. Address the concerns of farmers or remain persona non grata at The Farmer's Dog. It's a provocative move, but one that encapsulates the frustration felt by many in rural communities. Will Starmer rise to the challenge? Or will the rift between Westminster and the countryside continue to widen? The ball is in the Prime Minister's court, and the stakes couldn't be higher.